Alabama 27, Missouri 24. You know, we were at this game yesterday. We were on the sideline there. I'd give this one 3.5 Chalai. This is a good game. I'd be interested to see the TV number it got. It was fueled by Quick Trip. That's how we got there. We appreciate Quick Trip for that. This is a really interesting dynamic because I did not see this game the way apparently a lot of Bama fans saw it. I didn't see this game maybe the way most of the world saw it. I saw it up close, though, so that's good. Bama's the 5th SEC team ever to defeat 3 ranked conference opponents in a 3-week span. That, according to statistician Cole Kublik. So we appreciate him. He is now part of Stats and Info for us. We appreciate that. You know what this was? This was a classic Kalen DeBoer Washington game. You remember that 2023 season when he was up at Washington? And they kept on having one-possession games, and some people, me, kept on thinking it would come to an end. And some people, again, me, kept picking Washington to lose, and they just kept winning. And eventually you're thinking, his luck's got to run out, but then he keeps winning. They were 8-0 in one-possession games, and eventually you just got to look at yourself and say, maybe it's more than luck. That was that kind of game for Alabama yesterday. And I got to tell you, I don't get this sentiment from some Alabama fans who I have heard complaining about this thing. They're like, we're happy we won, but you have got to properly calibrate your viewpoint and your worldview on this stuff and your team. I looked at Alabama yesterday. I thought this was a nightmare spot for them. We said it last week. I looked at Alabama and I'm like, hold on. You're off back-to-back really emotionally charged games at Georgia, home versus Vanderbilt. You now got to go on the road. Someone else is building. They're off a bye. It's a good team, too. It's not like a poverty team that you're overlooking. Ryan Williams, your best receiver, talent-wise, is far below 100%. Jam Miller gets concussed during the game. He's out. And you got all that working against you, and you still end up winning the game and kind of controlled it most of the way, took the guy on the other side of the ball that you needed to take out of the game, and you win it. And because it's closer than you thought it should be, you're unhappy with it? Guys, the line on the game was 3. For that matter, the total was 51. Do the math. 27-24 final there. I'm sure it was just a guess from FanDuel, though. I'll give you a bad luck stat on this game. Look, all I'm trying to say is be a little more appreciative of wins. Not all of you, some of you. My goodness. I looked at my inbox. I thought Bama had lost. And then I was like, did we not just fly back from that game? Did I not just watch them win? So I'll give you a bad luck stat. Bad luck stats are, for the new viewers and listeners to the show, the thing that if I told you on Friday this stat, you would have guessed wrong. If I told you Bama was going to run it for under 3 yards per carry, but Missouri was going to be at 5.8 yards per carry, you probably think they won the game. I would have. I would have thought that Missouri won the game. And they didn't. Bama found a way. This was an all-hands-on-deck type of situation for them. I'm telling you, there was some adversity in this one that Alabama experienced. There were 9 different guys that caught a pass for Alabama. Now, one of those was deflected to the center. So let's say 8 pass catchers got involved, and none of those were Ryan Williams. He didn't catch a ball yesterday. He played, but he was far less than 100% and didn't catch a ball. And outside of the opening drive and that short field that got set up because Missouri forced a turnover early in the second half, Bama's defense did what they needed to do. It's so funny, though. Again, you got to understand who we're talking about here. We're talking about Bama. These people have watched some of the best defenses and best defensive talent in the history of this game roll through their program. So they've got an idea of what elite defense looks like. And this is not an elite defense. It's just a defense that keeps the other team from scoring too many points, which you may be driving around listening to the show, you may be watching it, and you may be thinking to yourself, is the whole point of the game, right? That's the whole point of defense. Keep the other team from scoring. We'll get back to the video 1 second. Do me one quick favor. Look down. Make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. If you're not, please do so. It's the way we keep the channel free, we keep the videos coming, and we get to do college football year-round as God intended. All right, as promised, back to the video. Yeah, but it's more complicated than that. No, but it's really not. It's really not more complicated than that. Missouri was 1 of 10 on third down. There's your paper popper. There's your paper popper. Ahmad Hardy was under 50 yards, I think, total on the day. That's it. That was the guy you couldn't let take over the game, and they didn't let him take over the game. I will tell you this. I was watching on the field, and that opening touchdown drive of Missouri was a knife through soft butter. And you think to yourself, man, they're in for it. Kind of reminded me of the way Vandy opened against them. Bama, defensively, notoriously poor against the opening script. Then they get in the flow of things, and it's fine. If anyone out there wants to tell me what Damani Jackson was doing on that opening touchdown drive and that pass, feel free. We got some very, very bright defensive minds that watch this show. And we got a lot of coaches that watch the show. Some of them maybe even on that staff. You want to let me know what number 1 in white was doing? I would be happy to be educated. I've watched a fair amount of football. I have no clue what he was doing. No, I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm going to get wrong. Like if I'm Kane Womack, I'm getting wrong because I'm giving up an opening drive touchdown. And meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm Kane Womack, I could not X or O this dude into a better position. He's got to make a play. One ended up on the sideline somewhere. He was over there where the photographers are. Anyway, they are kids after all. Ryan Williams not 100%. Jan Miller out. Yeah, this could have gone bad for Alabama, and it didn't. So, what is Jan Miller's status? I don't think that we've gotten a public update on that. But it's going to be tough. I mean, it's another game week. They got Tennessee coming up. It's third Saturday in October week down there. It's cigar week for them. Ryan Williams, does he get back to 100% this year? Don't know. That hit Meadows took was brutal. That was right in front of us. Don't know. And he hasn't been like a complete focal point of their offense, but you never want to be down, guys, when you're facing Tennessee or just when you're in conference play, period. I thought Missouri played like they were down 3 scores in this game. Did this strike you as weird? When you know their personnel and you know their identity, they had, what was it, Jesse? In the second half of this game, where it was largely a one-possession game, the game's well within reach, they ran the ball 9 times. Bama ran it 25 times by comparison in the second half. Drinkwitz and his staff know way more about play calling than I do. I'm not questioning play calling. I'm questioning strategy there, though. I really wonder if they had it to do over again, how differently they would manage that. Their tailbacks, the running back position, had 17 total runs all game. That's just not the way I draw it up. Knowing what you know about your guys and their guys, that's not the way I would have drawn it up. But I will tell you this. I would draw up the trip exactly how it went. All kidding aside last week, and there was a lot of it, I mean, we pretty much participated and sparked a bullying campaign against Eli Drinkwitz. And we bullied him online because they shut the weight room down for Tebow on Friday. And all I'm saying is, how come Tim Tebow gets to do something in life I can't do? That was my question. And to his credit, I looked at my phone like 4:45 the next morning, and he had texted me, Drink, not Tebow, and he had made it right. Truthfully, I did not know Prez was going to run this footage, so do not call me names. I'm not running this footage myself. This is Prez. Good job, Prez. We had a great workout there at Missouri, empty weight room, best kind of weight room. And they showed us a great time. I got to say, just like Florida State the week before, like we take fire all week from the 1% of fan base that's bad, and we did last week from Missouri. Then you go to Missouri and everyone's awesome. Just like the week before at Florida State, everyone's awesome. So hats off to Missouri folks. I cannot thank you enough. Josh Maxson, old friend of the program, up there running things for him, and Eli Drinkwitz and his staff. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. They're at Auburn this week. Like Bama's at home against Tennessee. Man, Missouri's at Auburn this week. It is such a crazy league this year. There are so many teams capable of winning the league but also losing 4 games if a few bounces go a certain way. And Missouri's just another one of those teams, man. Whew.